strategy. The little guy surprises the giant. But this badger isn't going to slay a lion. He just buys time for a quick escape. Most animals see a pack of wild dogs and run the other way. That's not honey badger's style. He lunges towards these predators twice his size. Offense is the best defense. Badgie hasn't learned this trick yet. In fact, she's so into digging, she's not even aware of any threat. She's never faced a troop of wild animals before, let alone ones with dagger-like teeth. Badgie finally stops digging to look for her surrogate mom. But the sneakers are nowhere to be found. Badgie is completely unaware of the agitated baboons that surround her. The dominant males move in. Intruders must be challenged. Suddenly, she smells them. She must find the sneakers. She retraces her steps, trying to separate out her protector's scent trail. It leads her directly to the target, just in time. Humans scare baboons. The troop backs down. For Badgie, it's a valuable lesson. Keep your eyes peeled and stay alert. Week 2 for Badgie. Her nose and natural curiosity lead her to the wide-ranging sights of the Kalahari. She's learning to forage, a honey badger specialty. On the menu, just about everything. Not that Badgie's having much luck so far. Honey badgers tend to forage and hunt solo. Short, thick legs and muscular shoulders give the honey badger the appearance of a mean, low-riding machine. Shape-shifting creatures that fit through a huge variety of holes and nooks. Persistent poking around helps them find food. But also gets them into trouble with things that bite and things that sting. And yet, they still go after meals of pain because honey badgers got a workaround. This male approaches a beehive. At a month old, it's Badgie's turn to start on a course of venom. It's every honey badger's first major test. How will she handle her first scorpion battle, or the venom if she gets stung? It's Badgie's first scorpion encounter, a meal that's bound to hurt, if she can capture it. To the experienced badger, the reward of this protein pack is worth the pain. Mothers often bite off the stinger for their cub's first scorpion hunt. But Badgie's guardian offers the whole enchilada. She does the honey badger dance. Couple steps forward, a few steps back. She really wants it, but knows enough to be cautious. Her guardian gives her an advantage by containing her quarry. Clearly, her snout's not the right tool. But then, she grasps a new concept: the claw as scoop. Distracted by her victory, she forgets the original goal. Temporarily. Not bad for a first try. Now, she'll need to find one on her own. They wait for nightfall, when scorpions come out to hunt. Harder to see, but a badger's sense of smell works just as well in the dark. And if you bring along an ultraviolet light, scorpions will glow. She's onto one. Like a pro, she goes for the stinger first. She's figured out how to self-medicate all on her own. Or perhaps a dash of venom simply makes the whole meal tastier. The Kalahari heat builds, and animals hide from the scorching African sun, or find ways to shade themselves. Badgie has her own way of cooling off. Honey badgers are related to otters and are almost as good at swimming. It seems she's outgrown the baby pool. She may be ready for something bigger. Perhaps she can swim at a nearby watering hole. Looks crowded, but she goes to inspect. On her way to the water, she finds a strange creature. A meal? A toy? A playmate? If the tortoise isn't going to come out and play, maybe the warthogs will. But what Badgie doesn't realize is that warthogs don't play with badgers. They mess with them. Badgie gains more confidence with every trip into the wild, and she's allowed more independence. On her way to the watering hole, she comes face to face with a creature she's never seen before today. She's more curious than scared, but that soon changes. A lesser creature would be badly wounded, but Badgie's thick skin probably saves her here. She retreats, but then turns around. Makes the honey badger backward move. Her first aggressive defense. At least she's savvy enough to know when to call it quits. Badgie is now 5 months old, and she's ready for one of the most important lessons in her badger education: how to climb a tree. Honey badgers frequently conduct high-rise raids, targeting weaver bird nests and goshawk chicks. For this lesson, Badgie will need a little incentive: dead mouse scent. She's off to a good start, but it's all downhill from here. Perhaps she's still too young. She and her claws may have some more growing to do. Tree climbing is essential not just to capture birds and rodents, but something even bigger. Leopards are Africa's best climbing predators, and they're also one of the badger's biggest threats. But if a badger plays its cards just right, it'll outsmart the leopard and get a mega meal. Leopards kill much bigger prey than the badger can, and they often stash food high up trees, out of reach for most competitors. But not for those with superb climbing skills. While the cat's away, the badger plays with leopard's supper. Before Badgie learns to steal, she's got to master the climb. At 7 months old, she's now a teenager in badger terms. She'd still be with her mother if she had one. It's time for her second tree test. She's off to a shaky start, but digs in and keeps going. Her claws have reached their full length, longer than a black bear's. Black bears heavily rely on their strong claws to haul their massive bulk high up trees. A black bear can weigh over 200 pounds, and its claws are 1¼ inches long. But a badger averages 20 pounds, and its claws are 1/4 inch longer. Like a fistful of ice picks. She can smell food up here, somewhere. Badgie doesn't win any points for grace, but she's got the hang of it. She hits the jackpot, a planted dead mouse. She prefers to eat on the ground. Soon, she'll be climbing her way to the top. Snakes and leopard kills are in her sights. A girl can dream. School's out for the day, but Badgie's not done exploring. Perhaps emboldened by her success, she takes off into the bush on her own. Soon, Guardian and Badger are separated. At night, leopards and lions come out to hunt. She's never spent a night on her own, and her guardians aren't sure she's ready. Days pass. Badgie's enclosure remains empty, and reports of leopards in the area intensify the search.
For decades, man has kept, bred, and experimented on his closest living relative for personal gain. Through captivity, we've stripped them of their natural instincts.
They are really a bridge between ourselves and other animals.
In a one-off special, we look at why it's time to readdress the balance and offer a future for these caged animals.
Ooh, sounds good.
American Chimpanzee starts Sunday, March 11th from 6 on Nat Geo Wild. A disappearing rainforest, a reef that needs protection, rare wildlife in danger of being wiped out. But love brings hope for these islands and its creatures.
Let's see how long she is.
Nat Geo Wild shows you what's being done to save these animals.
All right, we're finished.
Untamed Philippines premieres Sunday, March 18th at 6 on Nat Geo Wild. They're some of the most beautiful, most powerful, most incredible animals on the planet, and Nat Geo Wild is dedicated to protecting them.
The forest is disappearing. It's a sad story, but one that we have to tell.
Join us as we venture deep inside the wild places they call home and find out what can be done to save them. Mission Critical. New episodes every month on Nat Geo Wild. Every living thing on Earth has a different idea of home. From the most brutal to the most tranquil, and everything in between. All new, all wondrous, and all right here on Destination Wild. Embrace the untamed. Sundays at 6 on Nat Geo Wild.
The search for lost Badgie continues, but the odds of finding her are diminishing. It's a needle in a haystack venture in this landscape. Female honey badgers can roam 50 square miles in a day. Add to that the subterranean world where badgers make their homes. She could be anywhere. The underground Kalahari housing market is very competitive. The labyrinth of tunnels and chambers is prime real estate. Aardvarks, meerkats, badgers, they all want a piece of it. Some build their own, only to be ousted by an aggressive neighbor. Badgie's surrogate mother approaches a burrow. Badgie emerges from what looks like her very own den, a home of her own. She's doing all right. A little extra nourishment, and her guardian makes the tough decision to let Badgie continue on her own. Another door. She must get the intruder out of the area. The eerie quill quiver is a warning, much like the rattlesnake's rattle before a bite. The hollow spines clicking together generate the racket. Porcupine is most lethal at the tail end, so Badgie tries another end. she's done it. Her first victorious battle in the wild Kalahari. She's reclaimed her home. Now, Badgie knows there's a price to pay for roaming. She tries to stay put, but eventually, hunger drives her out. On the surface, it doesn't look like there's a lot to eat here. But she knows a secret animal world thrives in the dark basement of the Kalahari. The best way to get there is to dig. So far, Badgie hasn't perfected the big dig enough to make headway. But she's been practicing, and it's finally paid off. A tunneling mouse. Two hours later, he comes back from the dead and gets on with dinner. How did the honey badger do this? Two hours later, he comes back from the dead and gets on with dinner. How did the honey badger do this? Two hours later, he comes back from the dead and gets on with dinner. How did the honey badger do this? Such a feat takes months of learning and adapting, and they have an important teacher. Mother. For the first 12 months of life, honey badgers stick close to mom. When they're old enough to strike out on their own, they're well trained in the lessons of the hunt. Without a mother, a baby badger's chances of survival aren't good. And that's the predicament this little badger found herself in. When she was only a couple weeks old, she lost her mother to a pack of dogs. Now, she's in the care of two wildlife experts. They named her Badgie and are stepping in as surrogate moms. They plan to teach her enough about being a honey badger so she can someday survive on her own. And she'll have a few things to show them and us. A never-before-seen close-up window into the world of a honey badger. First, she's introduced to her very own home in the backyard. Badgie has only 9 months to learn the ropes before her guardians leave her to fend for herself. A thin wire is all that separates her from being truly wild. Today, she crosses paths with the creature that will test her true grit. It was bound to happen soon. With no mother to teach or protect her, the challenge may be too much. Will she run, or will she fight? It's a rite of passage for a honey badger, a test of its wits, stamina, and strength. Snakes make up more than half the honey badger's diet in summer months. If Badgie doesn't learn how to battle a snake, she'll starve. Badgie discovers a 3-foot constrictor. She's hungry, but this is the most dangerous dinner she's encountered. In defense, it can bite her with its needle-sharp teeth. Puffs into the log, a great badger hunting technique to flush out hiding prey. No one taught her this. Instinct has kicked in. It works. And now they face each other out in the open. First strike takes her off guard. She's never seen anything this fast. A hit straight to the eye, probably the most vulnerable part of a badger. She doesn't like it one bit. It's a battle of reflexes, and the snake's winning. If she can just bite it, she'll be at an advantage. But the snake's defense is masterful, so she shifts the angle of attack. The snake breaks for cover, but then turns around, sends a direct hit to the lip. Finally, she works out that the snake can't strike to the side. And she nails it. Her first snake kill, and a victory that has bumped up her chances of surviving on her own. In her first year of life, Badgie's proven she can hunt like a seasoned honey badger. Even without a mother to lead the way, she got badgery basics down.